Hello, all guys, gals, and non binary pals. Welcome to the newest episode of the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast, brought to you on YouTube, on Spotify, on Google, or Apple Podcasts. I'm Austin. I'm a knockout, watched a lot of wrestling.
I'm David. I'm a noob. I haven't watched nearly as much wrestling, but let me tell you, I am honored to be here on this momentous of evenings, celebrating the culmination of what I feel to be such a unique opportunity, if you will, to have watched through pretty much the entirety, something we don't really do on the show, pretty much the entirety, save for about like 9-ish episodes, of the first season of Lucha Underground. We are here at the precipice, the Ultima Lucha, and this is only like 1 out of 4. We're gonna be doing this 3 more fucking times over the life of this show. But I'm here. It's a grand night. We're celebrating gala style. I got the suit, looking all fucking fancy with, of course, my beautifully themed luchador shirt underneath. I think we're ready to fucking go.
You dress like Stryker, I dress like Vampiro.
Ha! Fucking true. Literally, Stryker's always got the goddamn sport coat with the t-shirt underneath, and Vampiro's just there in his hoodies or whatever the fuck. Yeah, brother. Yeah, brother. I just gotta dress down a little bit, brother. Yeah, I've earned my stripes, brother.
Yeah. So we are finished tonight. We finished the season 1, the 2-hour season 1 finale. Well, 90 minutes, of course, without ads. That's great. Absolutely. How that works, doesn't it?
To see it.
But the 2-hour season 1 finale of Lucha Underground, Ultima Lucha Part 2.
Ultima Lucha. Yeah, exciting stuff, my guy. God damn.
Last time on Ultima Lucha Part 1, Cage defeated the Mac after putting him through his head through a cinder block.
Smashing his face through a fucking cinder block, which is still a spot that I'm very much not over.
The Disciples of Death defeated our favorites, Team Fun and Dysfunctional, to become the Trios champions.
Yeah, I'm so intrigued to see what the fuck that's gonna look like going forward, because the Disciples of Death just don't have a character. Like, they're there to just be like creepy lackeys. So it's gonna be kind of hard to build heat with them, because you just gotta kind of build heat by proxy through Katrina. So I'm wondering what that title run is gonna look like.
Yeah, they are putties that have been given belts.
Yeah, and now shiny masks, and can control electricity, and are more powerful the longer Katrina holds the rock high above her head.
And remarkably, I couldn't tell you the names of who is who in that entire group.
Nope. I will remember Barrio Negro. That's the one I will remember.
I remember Sinestro de la Muerte.
And then there's a third one, and neither of us know what the fuck it is. Fucking take your own guess, folks. Fill in the blanks. I'm gonna call him Mr. Biscuits.
Of course. And then Drago defeated Hernandez in a strap lumberjack match where the lumberjacks were all fans.
Fans who, again, really need to highlight this. Hernandez specifically told these fans, you better whip the shit out of me with these belts or I will beat the shit out of you. Like, Hernandez was begged to be basically tortured by the actual Lucha Underground fans here. The most glorious thing I think I may have ever seen on wrestling TV was that match.
Of course, absolutely. Beautiful time. In some lore news, because I definitely think I'm going to have to bring this back up, is we get Dario's side of the story on who killed Black Lotus's parents. Dario tries to claim that his brother is a murderer and has murdered many people. But
he's very proud of that fact.
Of course, he's totally okay with that. But not Black Lotus's parents. That was due to some gang dispute related nonsense between her parents, Black Lotus Triad, and the gang of headed by Gasp, her mentor, El Dragon Azteca.
Oh no. Yeah, again, major press X to doubt on that one, and for some reason Black Lotus kind of seems to buy that, and I have to really question her intelligence if supreme lying, cheating bastard Mario Cueto? That'd be a very different show. Dario Cueto.
It's a unique opportunity.
It's a unique opportunity. I give you a mushroom, but it's actually a poison mushroom. Fucking Dario Cueto is a supreme motherfucker, and I really question what makes Black Lotus believe him, but okay, there is drama to be had there, especially now that Double Gasp, El Dragon Azteca has slipped into the temple, despite the fact that Triple Gasp, there is a prophecy for some reason, and Puma sent for him for some reason, and if he's in the temple tonight, he's going to die.
The ancient Aztec prophecies, of course, suggest that El Dragon Azteca, if he steps into the temple, will die, but he needs to save Black Lotus. So to do so, he's going in anyway.
I bet we're going to get very thorough explanations of those prophecies.
I'm sure it's going to go well for him tonight.
Oh, he's going to be fine. Nothing to worry about. Prophecies are famously bullshit.
Yeah, prophecies are just self-fulfilling nonsense.
Fucking true.
Dude, he'll be fine.
Yeah, like, if I've learned anything about prophecy narratives, it is that trying your damnedest to make them not come true makes them come true even harder. I think El Dragon Azteca is gaming the system here by just shrugging his shoulders and going into the temple anyway, because he's just kind of accepting the prophecy, and the prophecy, who loves all of its weird fucking poetic justice bullshit and like, you tried to avoid me, but I came for you all the same, is probably just standing there going, wait, he actually just took the bit. Did he just do that? Oh, fuck. What do I do here?
I mean, for Dragon, how does Dragon Azteca know this is the temple he dies in? For all he knows, he could just one day when he's an old age, go to mass on Sunday and just kind of have a heart attack in the pews. That could be what they mean by that.
My man is rolling the cosmic dice actually by walking into whatever goddamn temple he sees, and he's like, "Is this the one? Nope. Cool." Walks out.
Yeah, we have no idea that this is the temple that he dies in.
There are so many questions left unanswered. I think he's gonna be fine.
Okay, of course. Mm-hmm. But for actual matches tonight, we have the 5 set. We have Johnny Mundo versus Alberto El Patron in this confusing storyline where
stupid fucking storyline.
Backstage would suggest that Alberto El Patron is an asshole needling.
Yeah,
Johnny
see,
Mundo
I don't
for
believe
no reason.
that. I don't believe that anymore. I think Alberto El Patron is just allowed to get away with whatever the fuck he wants in this company.
This is where I must put my foot down and say authorial intent can kiss my ass.
Oh, no. Outside of authorial intent, El Patron is a supreme bastard both in and out of ring. Fuck you. But with authorial intent, I kind of feel like he's supposed to be allowed to just get away with it because he's Alberto goddamn Patron, and the audience like collectively creams its pants every time he like walks anywhere in the temple.
When you are a cultural hero, they let you do it.
This is
but
true.
But you already knew that.
But you already, again, Alberto El Patron with the dumbest and most awkward of pop lines.
Mm-hmm. Again, you already knew that.
Is this your cultural hero? Is this your icon who can do no wrong? How does it feel to just be objectively incorrect about that fact? Fuck you. Right. Anyway.
Then we get Pentagon Jr. versus Vampiro.
Yes, this is the one I'm fucking hyped for.
Yes, and I remember much of this match. It's going to be very fun.
It's going to be sick, dude. I'm so excited.
As Pentagon Jr. has been trying to sacrifice Vampiro for weeks, threatened to set him on fire even once.
He's trying so hard.
And Vampiro is like, fine, I'll give you your match.
God damn it, Vampiro. Yeah, Penta's just it's just a fucking chore for him at this point. He's like, I've been trying so hard. Can you just like cut me a slack here, fam? Hand me a little bit of a dub. And Vampiro's like, look, fine, if it'll get you off my ass, fine. Yeah, this is they've been circling each other, and it's been a whole like super long and belabored back and forth. But I don't fucking care. This match is gonna be so goddamn cool. I am legitimately really excited for this one because Penta rules, and like the bringing a veteran like Vamp into the ring opposite just super megastar Pentagon Jr. I can't. It's gonna be so good. I'm so excited for that one.
This show was Pentagon Jr.'s breakout star time, and this feud was his breakout feud in Lucha Underground.
That doesn't surprise me in this light. Well, because like my man's already kind of set himself apart a little bit, right? Because he was the arm breaker man, and he was very good at being like the scary monster heel of this like he was never the main event scary monster heel. He was never really going after Puma for the title, but the other kind of monster heels we had were Cage, who was scary, but he was still just kind of like a dude. And then we have Mill, who's a zombie and who is coming tonight to murderize Puma, but he spent a lot of his time early in Lucha Underground just losing a lot, and then he was out of commission for a hot minute, and now he's just been kind of vaguely circling Puma. Penta's been like the most active and the most actively creepy monster we've seen, and he's done phenomenal character work. And so I'm not surprised that the Vampiro match is kind of what lit the spark that had been kind of going off with everything Penta had been building up to at this point. So I'm surprised to see kind of like the birth of Penta as we know him here officially.
Yeah. Then we have the 7-way match for the Gift of the Gods Championship, where the winner will get to challenge for the Lucha Underground Championship at a time of their choosing, provided they don't lose the belt.
The fucking Money in the Bank, but it's a belt and the rules are complicated because fuck you.
Yes, Aerostar, Bengala, Big Rick, Phoenix, Jack Evans, King Cuerno, and Sexy Star will just be in a big old fuckity-doo Spot Festorino.
Big old fuckity-doo. That, that's what I'm going to call matches like this from now on. Fuckity-doo Spot Festorino. Let me tell you, speaking of Penta, fucking the Elite and Death Triangle are about to have a best of 7 tourney on AEW over the next couple of months, and I'm just gonna call that whole thing one giant fuckity do. What match spot arena? What was the back part?
I called it a Spot Fest Arena.
Spot Fest Arena. Yeah, that is just set. That is going to be a series of 7 fuckity do Spot Fest Arenas, and I'm sticking to it.
Yep, pretty much.
The best name ever, actually.
Now, in the battle for Mexico, I guess.
Oh my god, this is actually the stupidest one.
It is Blue Demon Jr. versus Tejano, where Tejano is actually still a heel and hates everybody, but I guess he loves Mexico. And Blue Demon's like, no, I am Mexico. Fuck you. And
Blue Demon has been shoehorned into being a heel too now for some reason. I guess he is traditionally a heel.
Mm-hmm.
But like when he got introduced to this company, he was kind of a more benign face and more like, haha, I am a legacy. And everyone's like, haha, yes, you are a legacy. And so seeing him revert to heel, I'm sure like makes sense for people who are familiar with the history of Blue Demon Jr. But as someone like me, a noob, if you will, who is not, I'm just kind of sitting here like, well, that was sudden. Okay. This one's fucking stupid, but I guess we got Blue Demon on our payroll, so that means we got to give him a pay-per-view spot. And we also have Tejano, who is a legacy boy too, so I don't know, throw them together. Walkity.
The only real compelling story beat here is, of course, how it was set up by Chavo Guerrero manipulating both of them into being mad at each other instead of both being mad at him.
Yeah, but that shit's so annoying too, because Chavo fucking, because didn't Chavo get injured?
Not actually. With the weird jury's still out on that from
Okay.
that Puma match, whether that was a
Okay.
kayfabe injury or not.
Yeah. But either way, Chavo, like, pits these two against each other and then just kind of dips. Okay.
Gotta go back to running from half of Mexico.
Yeah, if he stays in one spot too long, they're going to find him, obviously.
Obviously. And then in our main event,
Mm.
Mil Muertes versus Prince Puma for the Lucha Underground Championship. Puma has endured almost this entire season as the inaugural Lucha Underground champion. 30 episodes, I believe, at this, including this one here tonight. But they murdered Conan.
They killed the fuck out of Conan. Hey, that we already got one for the twists and setups that will never get paid off.
Well, it's that you don't really need a payoff. Conan's just dead.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, man, that whole.
Oh,
like,
you're right. You're right. Yeah.
I will beat this dead horse into forever. It seems so hard, like they were gonna go the route of Conan is a bastard man, but then they just never did, and now he's dead. So we can never go there. Actually, you wanted something? No, fuck you.
Yeah. So Mil Muertes and Katrina and the disciples have stacked the deck against Prince Puma. Can he survive one more time and get to season 2 with his championship?
Yeah, I'm gonna call a ripperoni on that one, baby. I think Prince Puma's gonna, like, either hyperbolic die tonight or maybe just straight up die. Who knows?
And who knows what else could happen on this episode, as not within the outside of the ring, because of the setup of lore that we talked about from
And
last
because of the
time.
setup of this fucking temple where there's just a bunch of other random shit. There's a goddamn dungeon below, and there's, like, Dario's office, like, just to the side of the ring. Like, man, anyone could be fucking walking around here. You wouldn't know, and they could end up inside the ring at some point or around it. I don't know.
And then after the proceedings tonight, or at a time upon which I consider the most convenient time to bring it up, will be the first edition of the Lucha Underground fair rest in peace montage,
Rest in peace.
Because of course, as a seasonal show, certain wrestlers don't come back season to season, and thus their stories are left unresolved if they have anything. And it can be fairly assumed that if they don't appear again on Lucha Underground, that they are dead.
If you die in Lucha Underground, you die in real life. Them's just the rules. Yeah, no, I love. Yeah, you think
there are a few characters that get canon off-screen deaths, and I will bring them up as that becomes relevant. But nobody has ever. But I don't believe anybody is canonically off-screen not dead. So it's way funnier to just assume that everybody dies.
Oh yeah, well, and this show loves its edgy bullshit too. So I wouldn't be surprised if you asked, like, Robert Rodriguez what the direction they're going. He's like, yeah, they're all dead. They all fucking died off somewhere in this cold, brutal world that hates you and hates me and won't let it. Yeah.
Every end of the season in Lucha Underground is like the Marvel Ultimatum comic, which is a bit of a deep cut reference to make, but all you really need to know is that Magneto, in that story, Magneto moves the Earth's magnetic poles and floods New York, because that's a thing you can do. He can do because he controls magnets, I guess. And the flood kills a bunch of superheroes in the Ultimate Universe for no fucking reason at all.
Oh, that's great.
Besides just being like, hey, we can kill heroes.
Yeah. Dario gets off to that, so that makes sense. I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the in kayfabe explanation for this was that like all the dudes that don't come back, Dario Cueto just puts out a fucking hit on them.
That is not unreasonable.
Man, you think Lucha Underground has a worker retention problem after we during the early opening part we fucking like skipped over where a whole bunch of people who were supposed to be there just weren't because they got stuck at the fucking border.
What a fun time.
I still can't believe that. Goddamn.
Back behind the scenes, Lucha Underground was always a bit of a mess.
Really? Long running shoestring budget Robert Rodriguez joint that's
on the El Rey Network.
Oh yeah, no. You mean to tell me that did not have like sufficient resources or the single most formal, perfectly organized backstage environment? Say it ain't so. You're lying to me, actually.
Of course. So if you want to watch tonight, obviously the easiest legal method to do so would be hit up Amazon Prime or iTunes and buy them episodes. But of course, you can, in the spirit of illegal underground fight clubs, you could also just pirate it, like we're doing.
Yo, baby.
You can find them all online if you know where to look.
If you know, wink, wink, where to look, wink, wink.
Mm-hmm. So, when we come back, we will talk about Ultima Lucha Part 2.
Woo! Hell yeah.
And we are back. We have just finished Season 1, Episode 39 of Lucha Underground, the Season 1 finale, Ultima Lucha Part 2.
Jesus Christ. You know, I had a pretty, like, standard time of that. Like, all the matches definitely felt like of import, but overall, it felt like, you know, pretty standard Lucha Underground. And then at the end, everything just got, whoo!
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
I think there was a lot of satisfying conclusions, or at least conclusions to things here.
I would say so. This was a really satisfying finale. Okay, look, I love it when wrestling goes all year round and everything is constantly. But like, I will say it's also a really satisfying format to watch things get all like wrapped up in a nice, neat little bow. And Lucha Underground's season by season format really allows it to do that. And it was goddamn satisfying to see all these things that we've been following down, in some cases pretty much like from the start of the show in some form or other, come to a very solid, logical follow-through fruition. This is leagues ahead of the storytelling structure that we were encountering only a mere couple weeks ago with Daniel Bryan and AJ Lee and all them, where it's all feels like fucking disjointed and like randomly thrown. Everything feels purposely plotted, and it feels good.
And finally, after 2 years, I don't have to pretend to not know who the master is. Been sitting on that for so long.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, we'll get there. That was definitely something. And none of my early predictions were correct, but you know, them's the brace.
As it goes. We open we kind of just go straight into the matches here. We don't have a lot of we only have one backstage bit tonight before the
really,
which I guess makes sense. We're here for this is the matchy match time,
the wrestliest of wrestling.
So we learned tonight there will be no Vampiro on the commentary table. He has a match to get ready for and all.
Absolutely. So, this ain't no Jerry Lawler business.
Yeah, so he's been replaced by Michael Schiavello, who is apparently a big fight. He has a long history calling fight sports. And
is he someone you were at all familiar with before this?
No.
Oh, interesting.
He's good at his job, but that means I have less to write about because, like, he can't replace Vampiro's unhinged rants.
I still got a decent amount of like comment.
I got a few good quotes out of him, but it's not the same.
It was mostly Stryker though. Like Striker definitely didn't have the chaotic energy with Vampiro to bounce off of that, like he's been having, especially in like recent episodes of Lucha Underground. It was a little more subdued on commentary this time around. Striker still did his damnedest though to be weird about shit. We'll get there.
Yeah. So the first match of the show, I listed them off in order. In the front half, for everybody, it is Johnny Mundo versus Alberto El Patron.
Yes, Johnny Mundo comes out and Striker opines that he has not only turned his back on the believers, he's turned his back on the entire sport of wrestling. And has he?
We just really need you to think he's a bad guy, okay?
But what does that even mean? He's like here, like headlining, like doing the opening match for the temple, which according to you guys is like the purest expression of wrestling out there today. So like,
hey, listen here, Johnny Mundo poisoned the water supply and brought a plague unto our houses.
He put the chemicals in the water that turned the freaking frogs gay.
He did.
God damn it.
Or are we gonna wait until he does?
Shit, you right. Fuck! Alex Jones was right the whole time. Get your tinfoil hats, people. Johnny Mundo's the one. He is the head of the globe. Wait, it all makes sense. Mundo means world. He is the head of the global elite. The globalists all bow down to Johnny Mundo. Holy shit! It all fits together. We figured it out. Fuck! Someone go and kill him.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Johnny Mundo only gets paid in Soros bucks.
Fucking true. Maybe wait, the conspiracy runs deeper. I keep asking how Eminem has all that clout out of nowhere. That allows them to have like fucking paparazzi on the spot for them constantly. Obviously, it's all backed by Soros. Fuck
the Fiend.
That motherfucker, like that evil bastard George Soros laid out his devious plot by let me check my notes here, by giving paparazzi to a mini wrestling stable that pretend to be movie stars even though they don't really got all that much actual clout to their name. God damn, that's a dastardly plot.
You magnificent bastard. I've read your book.
Fucking true. Right. Oh my god.
Now that we are still here, at Johnny's entrance.
We gotta claw our way out of the rabbit hole. Michael Chavello says something about Johnny Mundo, and off the bat, Striker, just like me, is a simp for European accents, because he immediately goes, "Man, I could listen to you read a shampoo bottle." And Michael Chavello replies with, "Oh, I do that every night in the shower." Striker's still trying, and Michael Chavello's like, "Yeah, sure, buddy."
Okay.
And then Johnny Mundo comes out too, and everyone's super fucking excited, yada yada. And then these fucking cheap motherfuckers cut the commercial before the fight even starts. To be clear, we got the intro to Lucha Underground. We got Striker and Chavello introducing themselves. We got the challengers coming out, and then they cut the commercial before the fight even fucking starts.
Though,
did they bastards?
Was the first match commercial free? I think it was.
Well, it was commercial free, but they cut away. But that's because they fucking cut away before the match.
Yeah, cut away early.
But it's so funny to me. They started the show, and like before we even saw a shred of a match, they cut away to commercial. Mm. That's fucking funny to me. Anyway.
Yeah. So the match starts as a fight to the outside. Mm-hmm. Alberto chucks him into Dario's office and the announce table, and Johnny goes to play hide and seek.
Yes,
a little bit here.
Johnny goes and hides under, as Striker put it, Johnny going under that filthy, dirty ring.
I do make a note is that Matt Stryker, especially for this match, makes a big emphasis on the idea that this temple is absolutely disgusting. It is filthy and gross.
Matt
And that is
Striker's
that is the way wrestling is supposed to be.
He's like, we got like a zillion OSHA violations here, and that's how you know we're legit.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking yeah. Johnny but it was the fact that Stryker said it as that filthy, dirty ring, like he wants to like punish it for being a bad girl. It made me quite uncomfortable.
Well, we'll see some punishment for bad girls a little bit later in this match, won't we?
Yeah. Well, okay, but. I guess him saying all of a sudden how the underneath of the ring is all filthy and dirty and needs to be punished.
Yeah, that feels like it was purely a setup for what Johnny does. Is when he's done playing hide and seek, he like pocket sands Alberto, but it's not pocket sand. It's like floor dust.
It's floor dust
from under the ring.
Fucking Dale Gribble would be proud, man. Johnny Mundo says floor dust. Yeah, and just right in Alberto Patron's face, of course. So I guess it's a setup, and I guess if you think about it, like, yeah, that the fucking underside of that ring probably does never get swept. So, but I just have this image of Johnny Mundo like scrounging around on the floor, just like a little fucking gremlin collecting up,
trying to collect enough to like toss.
He ain't gonna see this one coming.
Yeah.
We're off to a wild start already in this episode, folks. We have pocket sand / ring dirt being used as a weapon off the goddamn bat. And yeah, Stryker then continues to go on to say that all of this dirtiness and filthiness is actually a sign of how great everything is, because the temple is all about like they can't afford their upkeep. Well, fucking good. The temple is all about fighting and violence and not making money on all these fucking overpriced seats or
this is for the pure expression of wrestling.
Oh yeah, no. They're so dedicated to wrestling, they don't only not have any overpriced seats, they don't have any price seats. Actually,
people just show up and you can just watch wrestling. Nobody makes any money on these shows, and that is both in and out of kayfabe. A correct statement.
Being in the red is what wrestling is all about.
Well, actually, I mean, well, you know.
Well, yeah, the blood actually, whenever someone blades, it's symbolic of how every company needs to be bleeding money in order to be the purest expression of what pro wrestling is.
Yep. So Johnny takes, after Johnny blinds Alberto with floor dirt.
I need to make a meme of that. I need to take the pocket sand meme and put Johnny Mundo's face on it.
Yeah, he takes over for a while, and at some point, right before he's setting up for the end of the world, Schiavello, like a real bruv, says Alberto El Patron is all sorts of bother.
Oh yeah, he let the full. Well, I want to say he let the full British slip out there, but I feel like he's more like New Zealander.
I mean, he does end this match saying, "And that's good night, Irene," which is very much which is a much more Australian remark.
What the fuck is in Auckland? Yeah, I think that's very much a I think it's very much.
Now I got it. And what do you know? Schiavello is Australian.
Fucking based.
Yeah, so but I was like, and that's good night, Irene. I'm like, what the fuck?
my man's having a cross cultural exchange tonight. Let me tell you. Yeah. What else? What else?
Johnny doesn't hit the end of the world. Obviously, we're not. And then they do some back and forth striking, and Alberto finally gets the dirt out of his eyes and starts hitting his moves.
Second. Stryker at one point says that Johnny's matured a lot as a wrestler and is better at it than ever. And man, I thought he had turned his back on the whole sport. Kind of wild that he's still that good, you fucking clown.
Yeah.
So dumb comments from Stryker aside. Also, there was a point where once Johnny's cleared out the dirt from his eyes and he starts to take back control of the match a little bit, he hits Mundo, and the crowd's kind of quiet for a second, and I just hear some like random lady in the crowd yell, "I love you!" Miss 100% of the shots you don't take, man. I hope he heard that, and you guys had a lovely evening together.
The crowd was mic'd up well tonight.
Oh my God, were they ever? We'll get there. Stryker also says we have 2 hours non-stop of Ultima Lucha tonight, which is rather impressive considering that about 29 minutes have been taken out for ads.
Well, it's mostly non-stop.
It's mostly nonstop. Yeah, I actually didn't hear the silent asterisk when he said.
You can hear that. You can see in small parentheses the.
I see. They gotta have those disclaimers down there for legal reasons. Very.
As long as it's legally in there, then it's actually fine.
I see. This makes sense.
So it's. I mean, the match is overall a solid back and forth match. As much as I don't care about the emotional struggle here.
Yeah, no, I'm mostly here for the memes. Something else. Patron starts doing strikes, and as he does so, the audience is chanting C. And Daniel Bryan is somewhere writing up a cease and desist order.
But honestly, that came around at WrestleMania 28 as well. Honestly,
wait, really?
Yeah, if you cycle on back, of course, as a reminder, WrestleMania 28 was the one where Daniel Bryan lost to Sheamus in like 5 seconds. And the crowd was like, you know what? Actually, we're just going to yes chant forever now in protest because fuck you, WWE. And this extended so far is that for Alberto's the next night on Raw, in WrestleMania, it's a lot of the same crowd of people who go to Raw the next night. For Alberto Del Rio's match, they started chanting C just to keep it going.
Wait, what the fuck? So that's actually like derivative of Daniel Bryan?
It is.
Domino affected? Fucking Daniel Bryan getting squashed by Sheamus, domino affected to the Lucha Underground crowd yelling C at Alberto El Patron as he fought Johnny Mundo. That is fucking insane. Yeah, I love it.
It's fantastic. I felt very vindicated about middle of the way, almost through the match. Alberto Matt Stryker makes a remark about how these are two of the biggest egomaniacs in the wrestling business. And this is the closest they have come to acknowledging El Patron is a bad person.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, finally.
Stryker's over here actually like getting really tilted about the fact that Patron's here, and he's like, I gotta slip in my one or I'm gonna fucking explode. He gets it out there. He's like, oh yeah, no, they're both giant egomaniacs, and he kind of silently goes to himself, nice, I did it.
I have got my revenge.
Absolutely. What for? I don't know, but based either way.
Alberto tries to set up Johnny in the corner. Johnny jumps up, and Alberto goes shoulder first into the post. Johnny hits Alberto's second rope stomp, which I hate, but as a move because it's what the move is basically the wrestler taking the stomp basically hangs himself horizontally in the air for no reason at all, and then just stares up at Alberto El Patron while he stomps down on him. It's a very silly move to think about. But
it's extremely dumb.
Johnny hits it on Alberto, and I appreciate a good move steal.
Absolutely. For the disrespect.
And he hits the end of the world, but Alberto kicks out of the end of the world.
Holy shit. I guess it was not quite the end of the world for Alberto El Patron.
It is not yet the end of the world as we know it.
And Alberto El Patron feels fine.
But But Alberto then sets up for the kick to the head that he beat El Mundo with last time they fought. And Johnny just grabs the referee and puts him right in the way of the kick.
Absolutely. Ref goes out, and then I think we go immediately into the spot. Alberto El Patron.
They do some like Johnny gets put in the arm bar, but he fights out of it. And then Alberto gets him in the arm bar again, but in the corner.
Yep. And Johnny then tries to fucking tap. And but the ref's not there to see it.
Yep. So that's how it goes.
As you do.
But Alberto's got Johnny in the ropes, and out comes Melina.
What the fuck?
I am so glad that we have been doing 2005 SmackDown, and I don't have to explain who that is to you.
That is perfectly that was really well planned on your part. I don't know if that was intentional.
No, it was not. I didn't think of that ahead of time of now David's gonna know who Melina is when she shows up.
Well, it's perfect fucking timing, let me tell you. Because now we've gone through a whole ass I guess not all the way through, but we've gone through a decent amount of an arc where we know who the fuck Melina is.
Yes. So this is a M&M reunion here tonight.
A two-thirds reunion. We're missing the other M.
Yeah, so when she shows up, she grabs the AAA mega title, beats Alberto with it, and this lets Johnny hit the end of the world for the win.
Yep.
And then Melina and Johnny Mundo start macking.
Absolutely. And Stryker says, I've never been so turned off watching two beautiful people kiss, cope, and seethe.
I did also make note of that because I thought that was hilarious. And then I wrote, Alberto, like a sore loser, attacks Johnny after the match.
Absolutely. Again, some may say he's justified. Am I one of those people?
No.
No.
People get cheated out of wrestling matches all the time, sir. You just need to accept that this one was not your day.
You're not special. You're not special. You're not special.
But Johnny gets thrown around the ring as Melina just kind of screams.
Melina's deeply upset by this. As if she has not watched many a time before Johnny Mundo just kind of get thrown around by other people in the ring, but okay. I guess this time it's deeply traumatizing to her for reasons.
Yeah, Johnny gets thrown through the glass door. I guess it goes to the door of the storage closet area.
Yeah, perfect little rhyme with what he did to Patron to kick off this whole fucking feud he's gone through. Except this time, Mundo they pull him out and he's bleeding
gushing
profusely, way more than I think Patron was shown to be doing when he got thrown through the window.
And then Melina runs over to finally be like, I'm going to do something now.
I've had enough of this.
And Alberto just grabs her by the arm and then just starts spanking her.
Spanking her.
For comedy. And Matt Stryker is like, I am going to rewatch this on the DVR way too many times. Stop it, Stryker.
What's that taste in my mouth? Is it finely aged milk? Num 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 num.
Oh
boy.
So that was weird.
That was deeply uncomfy, but know, what are you gonna do?
I feel like this is we're not gonna do the full in memoriam segment yet.
No.
But I'm going to use this moment to say that not only is Alberto El Patron not coming back to Lucha Underground, neither is Melina.
Oh no!
So this is her entire contribution to Lucha Underground. Is she shows up, makes out with Johnny Mundo,
goals, fair enough.
Then gets spanked, and that's it.
Wow, that is man. She's really made her mark on the industry. Poor.
Yeah, that was okay, sure, great.
Also, her hair's like a fucking red velvet red bob cut now. That's cool.
Yeah. So we go backstage to one of the few backstage. The only real backstage bit of the night is El Dragon Azteca has found the cages.
Absolutely.
And Black Lotus asks if he's come for her. And he's like, oh, come on, we're getting out of here. And Dario's like, oh, are you now? Because you see, Azteca has broken a treaty by showing up.
Yeah, okay, hold the phone.
We now got a prophecy and a treaty.
Yeah, okay. I feel like the treaty was a really important detail that we just kind of left out to the last second, because I feel like it makes a prophecy much less mystical when there is a treaty attached to it that essentially says, yeah, if you do the thing in this prophecy, like, you're kind of like, at that point, it's not like mysticism.
It's not a it's mysticism. It's acknowledging that, yeah, it's like acknowledging that if you come to this onto this land, you forfeit your life because of a treaty peace pact.
It doesn't feel terribly prophetic to me, all things considered.
No.
Maybe Dario just really wanted to formalize the prophecy into a treaty, or maybe Dario's just a cheeky bastard who loves his aesthetic too much, and he, instead of like writing like treaty on the top of whatever agreement was signed, he wrote prophecy just because he thought it fucking sounded cooler.
He probably, I would believe he would do that.
I would believe that in a goddamn heartbeat. But yeah, so
he says breaking this treaty that we have only just now heard about.
Yes.
Is the punishment is death. And he goes to take the key for Matanza, and he's like, no, don't do it. And he's like, I don't have to. And Azteca is backed up back into Black Lotus's cage door, and she chokes him out through the bars as she's like, this is for my parents. And he's like, whatever he told you is bullshit. I'm not, la, can't hear you.
No, she's got AirPods in.
And then she open palm strikes
his spine.
El Dragon Azteca is dead in the center of his back, and he drops dead.
Yeah, okay. Dario starts freaking out. He starts having a nice little panic about how all of a sudden fucking Black Lotus has started a war. And okay, nah. Hold the fuck up, my man. Two things. One, literally in it for this treaty, like, you said if he comes back to the temple, he gonna die. Okay, so the treaty got fulfilled, and also you were standing there smugly smiling the whole fucking time Black Lotus had this dude in a chokehold, and you were basically egging her on to kill him. So why the hell did you just calmly watch that all happen, and then now that he's dead, turn in and be like, what'd you do that for, you stupid bitch? Like,
so did he just kind of forget that, like, if this is a situation where it's like a member of the Black Lotus triad or a descendant of one killing the leader of the Dragon Azteca gang, did he kind of forget the political implications of that violation of treaty or not? And I don't know. Either way, for in a rare instance, Dario Cueto kind of picked up the idiot ball here.
Yeah, fucking, I wouldn't be surprised if my man's just, again, all in his, like, edgelord bullshit, and he's like, yeah, fucking kill him. And she does it, and he stands there for a second, he's like, yeah. Wait, shit. Hold on a second.
I think that's how we're supposed to see it, but it feels weird.
We don't see, like, that switch happen. We just kind of see, like, in one shot before the death, he's like, yeah, give it to me. And then afterward, he's like, what the fuck, Black Lotus? You weren't supposed to do that. Now we gotta go move and shit. Gotta pack up your shit. Let's go. Yeah, so he's like, we need to move to another temple.
We need to find a new temple. And he also unlocks Matanza's cage so that they can take him with them.
They're
going. Dario and Lotus and Matanza are going on a road trip.
Moving right along in search of good times and temples. Okay, so there are other temples?
Well, a temple. I think you could argue that the temple could be anywhere
Yeah,
as long as you got a ring set up and the
here's
believers come.
the thing, like, because this temple just read to me as like, I don't know, a fucking abandoned warehouse that, or like general warehouse space that Dario like rented out and did or maybe even bought and did some like maybe renovations too, because I doubt that many general warehouse spaces have like full ass dungeons in their basement. But like, okay,
Yeah, how hard could it be to find another warehouse to rent out and do renovations on?
but the fact that he just says like that's so weird. I feel like he could have some trouble with like the landlords of like, hey, why are you doing this? Oh yeah, well something happened to my last temple. What? I don't know. It's kind of
I don't think the landlords are gonna have much to complain about. I think you'll find that they will find new tenants soon enough for this temple.
Okay, sure. So I guess Dario's just in the business of like renting out new warehouse spaces with each season. Cool.
Dario would be a landlord on the side.
Dario fucking would. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so yeah, so I guess there is a war now, and Dario's actually like Dario. It's one of those rare moments where Dario is very ostensibly not in control of the situation. He's freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, and we will get more on this on the political and legal interplays here next season.
Absolutely.
So, move on to the second match of the show, Pentagon Jr. and Vampiro.
Oh shit, buddy, here it comes.
Vampiro comes out in a white shirt and a whiter version of his mask. And it's like, yep, it's blood. It's time to get bloody.
It's blood time, baby.
Meanwhile, Vampiro comes out dressed like a priest.
Yeah, like kind of like Pope like dark Pope looking motherfucker. He's got what Austin has since told me is his like normal Vampiro makeup on, which for like the uninitiated, it's a lot of white and kind of like some little veiny effects, and like it's all dark around his eyes. Ironically enough, on commentary, we keep seeing how like he does a thing with like blacking out his teeth to make it look like his teeth are in points. Funny enough, he did not seem to be doing that with his teeth for this one, which feels ironic because that's the time he should be at his most vampiric, but okay.
And now, like months after the fact and like a year after it first happened, I can finally say publicly, because I avoided saying it to like not potentially spoil David on anything. But I always, when on AEW, when Pentagon had his little Penta Oscuro arc for a hot second there, and Alex Abrahantes started dressing up like a priest. And I was like, this feels like a reference to Vampiro, or at least I want to believe this is a Vampiro reference.
Wait, what the fuck? Oh my god. Wait, so, because Penta Oscuro was like an impact.
Penta Oscuro was, to not go deeper into it, Penta Oscuro is basically like a version of Pentagon Jr. that was on Lucha Underground, but we legally can't use the same name. But it's supposed to be well, because they don't own the name to, because Penta doesn't own the name to any character that he plays on this show, honestly.
So how does that work? Because why can't they just keep calling him Pentagon Jr.? Why do they have to like change his name?
AAA owns that one. AAA owns Pentagon Jr. AAA owns the other name I'm avoiding right now, because that's spoilers for the future. But it was basically Penta Oscuro was supposed to be like, I think was supposed to be like evocative of his other persona in Lucha Underground. And with that in mind, yes, Alex Abrahantes looked kind of like a dork, but I was like, oh my god, dark priest! Oh my god, it's the Vampiro priest!
So he wasn't called. So he wasn't called Penta Oscuro anywhere else. That was AEW's legally distinct.
That's an invention of AEW.
Okay, I understand now. I thought you were saying like Lucha Underground was calling him Penta Oscuro for legal
No,
reasons, and I was like,
no,
they've
no.
been calling him
Sorry.
something. Okay,
No,
okay,
sorry.
this
I'm
makes
I'm
much more
saying
sense.
that it was supposed to be evocative of one of his personas in Lucha Underground.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah, no, but yeah, more on that. But yeah, so anyway, so yeah, Vampiro's coming out as like and he's like kind of moving like a zombie, which is funny to me.
I just took that as him being old, not him
No, but
making
like
an
he kind of
intentional
does like the
character
arms
choice.
out stagger thing. So I don't know.
But he had the fucking incense.
He had the incense. Yeah, that was so funny. And according to Austin, he's never really done the priest thing before, which
No,
is
I think that's very specific to the end of this match as to why he dressed like that. I think that is the thematic reason why he made that choice.
that's fair, but I do find it very funny.
Yeah, so
He's just a dark priest, man.
yeah,
But
the
yeah,
match opens up with as Vampiro is posing in the ring, Pentagon just runs to the outside, grabs a chair, and whacks him in the back in the back.
yeah, Penta takes control of the match pretty early on. He tosses poor old Ian around and throws him to the outside, and immediately starts pulling up the mats around the ring. And Chivella wonders aloud, what Penta is setting up here by exposing the concrete. And man, mystery of the century, that one.
I mean, to be fair, he could have done like a pile driver to him or something.
Well, either way, he was clearly going to use the concrete to attack Ian, and Chiavello seems like, oh my god, when he actually does it. He's like, oh, he hit him on the concrete. Yes, he hit him on the concrete. Congratulations. You noticed what he was going for. I'm very proud of you.
Mhm.
I don't know. It sounded like he was confused by the concept of like using concrete to your advantage in a match.
Sure. But Penta does body slam Vampiro onto the concrete, and then he just starts laying chairs on him and then using the chair to hit, using other chairs to also hit Vampiro, and just trying to beat the shit out of him and kill him. And Rick Knox, in the most refereeing I think I've ever seen him attempt to do,
Yeah, that was a shocker.
tries to call off the match for an injury.
Yeah, no, all of a sudden, like, Vamp is laying on the floor, and Rick Knox is coming over. He's like, no, he's hurt, and he's, like, doing, like, an X signal above his head, which, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't that, like, kind of, a lot of times, like, a shooty-shoot way to, like, indicate to the fact that someone's legitimately hurt?
It is. That is also the signal in a real, if someone were really injured, to be like, hey, this is serious. We got to stop the match now.
This ain't a work. So they're trying to be all shooty shoot about the fact that, oh no, Vampiro's neck that we were all worried about got hurt again. Guess he's gonna die.
And that neck probably didn't help that while Rick Knox is trying to get EMS in here, that Pentagon just grabs some production cables and starts choking out Vampiro for a sec.
Choking him out. That was brutal to watch. But yeah, so Stryker sounds all concerned on commentary. He's like, we're going to cut to an impromptu commercial break while we deal with this, folks. Oh no.
Yeah, and they bring out the stretcher, and we come back from commercial, and Vampiro is getting stretchered out. Pentagon is like being cocky in the ring, like he thinks he's already got this taken care of.
Absolutely, he's doing his Brian Wilson jumping jacks, you know.
And Vampiro just starts punching out the emergency medical.
Yeah, he fucking decks one of the EMS dudes in the face. Which, okay, calm down, my man. They're trying to help.
Vampiro stumbles his way back into the match, and he hits some punches on Pentagon, and Vampiro grabs the thumbtacks.
Oh no!
I don't know if it can be really appreciated but like in mainstream wrestling, they did a lot of spots in here that had never really been seen on mainstream American TV before. Specifically, the thumbtacks, I think, is the big one that that's WWE never did thumbtacks until. Are you talking about
like just this match or on Lucha Underground overall?
This match is what I'm thinking of, but I guess Lucha Underground overall. Like, I don't remember WWE ever doing thumbtacks bits in pre-2015. I cannot think of anything.
Shot. No shot.
And we'll get to it, but there's another thing that WWE will never do, but also was
Oh
not
yeah,
ever
baby.
seen on American TV until until AEW did it.
Oh man, we'll get there.
But Impact, Impact Wrestling might have done tax. I don't know if they did tax spots. I know they did a lot of barbed wire shit in
Oh, without a
Impact,
doubt.
but I don't know if they did thumbtacks.
I
I
wouldn't be
remember
like,
this being I remember this match being my first time ever seeing like thumbtacks in a match.
that's wild. Because yeah, no, I think the first time I saw thumbtacks in a match was Britt Baker and Abaddon on like Halloween 2021.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Now, AEW's normalized like stuff that previously was only on like the death match scene.
Absolutely. And I mean, they reserve it too. It's not like they're throwing thumbtacks around every week, but still.
Right, yeah. Yeah, but it was, even seeing them at all is kind of wild because that used to be like the shit you only saw in if you were watching wrestling in in somebody's backyard or in a podunk field in Delaware for the King of the Hardcore tournament.
Oh yeah, they're just trying to pull out all the stops at that point.
Yeah, you didn't see that shit on like nationally aired television.
Oh God, no.
So that was pretty neat. But Van body slam onto the tax by Vampiro, and Vampiro goes up for like not a Vader bomb. I don't remember what they call this. It's one of Big Van Vader's moves, but I don't remember the specific name of it. It's basically a dive, but he misses and he lands in the tax instead. And Pentagon then goes and grabs some light tubes.
He yells, "Fuck!" and it gets censored.
Yep. But Pentagon goes and grabs some light tubes. And this is definitely the first time I ever saw light tubes in a wrestling match.
Yeah, are we in a goddamn GCW death match? Holy shit. Or I guess, pardon me, fucking death match.
I guess technically this would be closer to a CZW death match. Combat Zone Wrestling, that was big out in the West Coast in this time. But Pentagon takes these light tubes and then just smashes them over Vampiro's head.
Oh my God, immediately. And then takes to my fucking personal squickiest spot in all of wrestling, fucking what I like to call unicorning him with the broken light tube, stabbing it into his forehead. Fuck. Oh, it never gets any better to watch.
And then to kind of add insult to injury, Pentagon gets Vampiro's blood all over his arm. So he just licks the blood off of his arm.
Oh, right off his arm. He is, which like, I know we're not like super into like everything must be sanitary when it comes to deathmatch wrestling, but that's not healthy. No. Stop it. Get some help.
Both y'all are hopefully tested for hepatitis.
I certainly hope so.
It's a very real concern in these situations.
Oh yeah, but either way, he's definitely done a little. Penda's done a little licky of Vampiro's blood, and he likes what he tastes. And I feel like blood drinking should be Vampiro's thing, but whatever.
Yeah. So, but while Pentagon goes to grab more light tubes, Vampiro manages to get up, even though he is now bleeding all over his head.
And I gotta it creates a sick visual. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Like the way it is, like there's just particularly, it creates almost this diamond shape around one of his eyes. And holy shit, it almost kind of looks like he's got like a dark clown thing going because some of it's like pooled around the tip of his nose too. But it looks awesome on him. Mm-hmm. Holy shit, that rules. It's wild to see like this side of Vampiro after I've just known him as like saying goofy stuff man on commentary.
Yeah.
And murdering a few people who were watching by making them take like 10 shots in a row by saying brother, playing their drinking game.
Yep. But Pentagon, he gets back. It's a bit more of an back and forth when Pentagon gets back in the ring. Pentagon tries to put one of the light tubes in the corner and send Vamp into it, but Vamp dodges and he tosses Pentagon into the light tube instead. And then Vamp starts ripping at the eye holes of Pentagon's mask and starts tearing Pentagon's mask open.
Oh my god. Dude, watching a luchador's mask get ripped open is legitimately one of the most harrowing things you could see. To me, anyway. Because, like, it really does feel like that is their face and, like, that is their identity. And watching that ripped away to see, like, bits of what's underneath feels, like, wrong. And it feels like we've torn skin away and we're seeing, like, the musculoskeletal system underneath, even though it's like a fully intact face.
Yeah.
It's such a fucking weird visual.
And then Vampiro, the blood is starting to get a little too close to his eye, which is of course a bit dangerous.
Yeah, fair enough.
He just takes the blood, he wipes it off, he licks his own blood.
See, there we go. Now you're doing the vampire thing. Good job.
And then he El Kabongs Pentagon with a light tube of his own.
Absolutely. That's you gotta like make the little blood sacrifice, and then you can use the light tubes. It's a very distinct ritual.
Mm-hmm. And then I wrote after all that, a punch to the balls by Pentagon.
Oh, absolutely. You gotta pull out the classics here sometimes. Jesus.
Yeah. And so they fight and they get up to the top rope. Vampiro hits a top rope belly to belly suplex into the shards / thumbtacks area.
Oh my god. Yeah, the ring is just drenched in this point in sharp, pointy objects.
Vampiro grabs the table and the lighter and lighter fluid.
He's like, I got an Uno reverse card for you, motherfucker.
Except the first rule comes again as Vampiro sets up the table. He lights the table. Oof. And then immediately Pentagon grabs him and puts him through the flaming table.
Yup. And somewhere...
And it's legit because immediately they got the fire extinguishers out.
And Vamp stop, drop, and roll, all right? And somewhere Cody Rhodes was writing down notes.
To be like, I'm not going to do that.
Alternate universe where Cody Rhodes does not just, like, singe the fuck out of his back by improperly placed, like, fire retardant.
He might still be in AEW today.
I somehow doubt that. I think in every universe he always goes back to Daddy Vince in the end.
So the fire extinguishers come out. They put out Vampiro, but Pentagon does get the pin for the win off of that. And then Pentagon grabs the mic and he's about to call to his master. And Vampiro's like, "Hey, break my arm."
Hey, aren't you forgetting something? You got an arm to break here. It's like the fucking masochist scene in Little Shop of Horrors where like the guy goes to the dentist and the dentist is a complete sadist, but the guy's like into it, so he's like hey, you should be using your sharper, scarier tools on me.
Yeah.
Vamp's like, hey, what? No, I paid for the full Pentagon experience here. Please break my arm, please.
Come back.
I have not been. I have been mistreated. I will report you to the Better Business Bureau if you do not break my arm right now.
And of course, like the bunch of freaks they are, this is when break his arm chance.
What the fuck? Yeah, Stryker comments that the crowd is just as fucking sick as Vampiro is, and yes, that's what I've been saying.
Mm-hmm. So Pentagon does as asked, and now he gets the mic back, and he's like, he's told his master he has did as he has promised, but where is the master?
Right behind you.
I wanted to laugh so hard when you said that.
I mean, at that point, I had figured. At that point, like, by the time he was, like, being like, break my arm, motherfucker, I was like, oh, Vamp's the master, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. So Vampiro gets a mic, and he's like, you wanna meet your teacher, huh? Well, as your teacher,
The teacher
everyone,
was me.
and everyone
We're
gasps.
partners now. Woo!
Woo! Everyone gasps with the implications of that.
Yeah.
And he said, "You are now ready, my son."
My son. Oh, wait, he's a son too? Oh, shit. Pentagon Senior. It's been so long.
Nah,
Please.
wag.
Please, Mr. Pentagon was my father.
Fucking,
I don't know if I ever vocalized it on the show, but like toward the end of our run with the first season, I was having the little like inklings of is Vampiro the maestro, but I kind of
you never vocalized.
I never I had little
Vampiro.
inklings, but I was like, nah, they wouldn't do that. That feels a little complicated, or it feels kind of a wacky twist to go for. I wasn't. So I had a little inkling that this could have been the outcome, but definitely not what I predicted early on. I can't remember what my predictions were early on, but they were fucking wild.
Mm-hmm. Vampiro, yes. Pentagon stunned to learn that Vampiro has been his master the whole time.
Yes, it was his final test.
And Pentagon bows to Vampiro and the two celebrate.
The arm god was among us the whole
Union.
time. Maybe that's why, as the season went on, Vampiro started to get more and more wild on commentary, because the more arms that got sacrificed to him, the more powerful he got.
Mm-hmm. Potentially.
And he had to find some way to express that energy, so he's just wilding out it. I don't think we're getting fun, wacky, goofy Vampiro back on commentary anymore, folks. He's gonna get a little preoccupied from here on out.
A little bit. So we then move on to match number 3, the Gift of the Gods Championship, with Aerostar, Bengala, Big Rick, Phoenix, Jack Evans, King Cuerno, and Sexy Star.
Oh yeah, baby! It's time for Money in the Belt.
Money in the Belt is here.
Money in the Belt is here.
The thing they immediately open with, and is a big part of the match, is Big Rick is big and strong, and everyone kind of has to team up to get rid of him.
Yeah, he is big. Everyone else is small. It's simple math.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to do this match beat by beat because there's a lot of beats, and this match is mostly just like spotty. It's a spotterino. Fuckity do.
a fuckity do. Shit, we already forgot it.
The fuckity do spot festerino.
God damn, I gotta write that down. Give me it.
However, I will say that in general, this match, like a lot of big multi-man matches like it, created some unique opportunities to see wrestlers fight each other who would not normally fight each other because they are both technicos or both rudos.
I do love the exhibition match stuff like this. It's one of the things that's already got me looking forward to Aztec Warfare 2 next season, because it's a similar vibe of we have everyone having to kind of fight each other for business.
Yeah, because like we get stuff like King Cuerno and Jack Evans fighting each other, and then on the good guy side we get really neat Aerostar Phoenix bits, and
Absolutely.
like Sexy Star and Bengala fight it out.
Aerostar at one point.
As that too.
Yeah, it's awesome. And
it's really neat. The match structure is a lot of like setting up scenarios for two people to fight each other for a little bit, and then somebody comes to interfere and stops them from winning or whatever, and we get a different two-person set.
Pretty much. I do really like how this show tends to structure its group matches. Like, it's kind of formulaic, because they do kind of have a lot of these like one-on-one spots interspersed throughout, and then at random points they'll have like big spots where one person like jumps off something and crashes into a whole bunch of other people.
Speaking of that,
saying that out loud makes it sound kind of like 5-head obvious because that's how wrestling is usually done. But like
Mm.
you think of like a scramble match like this, and it's usually a little more chaotic. So having it be like it was like the Team Johnny Mundo versus Team Alberto El Patron match, like kind of getting all these matchups that can point to different things. It was cool to see all these
Yeah.
the sampler platter, I suppose.
Yeah. And speaking of someone just jumping off of something high, on the outside, partway through the match, we have Big Rick just like punching dudes, like
Absolutely.
3 or 4 people on the outside. And somehow Aerostar has snuck away to jump into like the balcony.
Oh my god. This
and
man
he just dives off the balcony.
Yeah, he basically does the Angelico spot with jumping off the rooftop, except with slightly less distance. But what cracked me up about that spot was while he was doing that, before he made the jump, they cut to like Phoenix, Bengala, and I think like Jack Evans. They look up and they notice this, and then they just continue to fucking stand there. I love it when it gets lampshaded that the dudes are just standing below waiting to get hit.
Yeah, cameramen generally gotta not show that.
See, it's dumb and it kind of like gives the game away, but also I did find it funny, and I'll also give it this. Phoenix in particular, I guarantee you this was not on purpose because this was a very like in the moment. But when they had the camera cut to them, Phoenix in particular did this almost like double take where he looked up, he's like, "Oh shit," and it created a cool visual in that, like a reaction image of what was to come. Not anything I've really seen on wrestling TV before, and again, it very much gives the game away. But in that specific instance, I thought it actually looked kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. So Sexy Star is in the middle of the ring alone now, setting up a thing, probably setting up a dive, and here comes Marty the Moth to come be a weirdo.
Christ. Oh, yep, he's back.
He is still mad about the medallion thing.
He's really fucking mad about the medallion thing.
And so Sexy Star just kind of kicks his ass, actually.
Get dicked on, motherfucker. Oh,
and then she drop kicks him into Melissa Santos. And Melissa Santos is just like, ew, don't touch.
Well, because Marty like crawls a little bit toward Melissa, and he puts his hand up on her knee, and you can just hear Melissa shriek a little bit, like, no, bad touch. Which, yeah, fucking go away.
Then Sexy Star does get her big dive on everybody,
and we see Phoenix again, like directly in the way for that shit. Poor Phoenix really needs to get fucking better at like getting out of the way of someone diving on.
Yeah. Then we get I thought of something that I thought was a really interesting character moment is that King Cuerno hits Sexy Star with the Thrill of the Hunt, his big signature maneuver, and then instead of trying to pin her, just rolls her out of the ring because he would rather fight Phoenix.
Yes, he is. Sexy Star, get out of here. You're not remotely animal themed. He can't go hunting stars. He's got.
You can't hunt a star. You can hunt a phoenix.
Well, because the thing is, my man stays consistent because he goes after Phoenix, which was a thing for a hot second, if I recall correctly. Yeah, and then he starts going after fucking Bengala
because Tiger.
Yeah, exactly. No, you motherfucker! Don't you know that's an endangered species? And King Cuerno says yes, but he'd make a very good rug.
Endangered species, so he's not extinct yet. is how Cuerno looks at that.
Let me fix that.
Yeah. But Bengala he goes off. He interrupts the Cuerno Phoenix spots to like kind of take over the match.
Low key, he's been kind of not super featured at this point, and again, Bengala kind of showed up more last minute to the party here, so we don't have as much to go on with him as we do a lot of these other combatants. But goddamn, every time he's in ring, my man is proving himself. I am hoping and praying he is not on the death count for this season because I really want to get to know him more. He seems great.
And then Cuerno is like, I've had about enough of this. And he hits Bengala straight dead on with the arrow from the depths of hell.
Yeah, and Michael Chiavello's like, that cut Bengala straight in half, so I guess he's dead now. Whoops.
Yeah, oops. We get later on into the match. Sexy Star has a pin on Arrow Star v Star. This is Star on Star violence.
I was thinking the same thing. There can only be one star in the sky.
And Rick breaks it up, hits a big old slam on Sexy Star, but then out comes a Daivari, and Daivari's got a chair. And he runs in and hits Big Rick with the chair, and he yells, "You're fired." He's like, "You actually suck at your job here." So,
congratulations, Big Rick. You got yourself. The match hasn't even been decided yet, and Daivari's like, "Actually, no, you're fired because
you're not winning. Actually, I'm gonna not let you."
This is gonna cost you a lot of points on your employee evaluation, and I honestly wouldn't bother even showing up tomorrow.
Yeah, it kind of ends up. Jack Evans tries to take advantage of the situation for the pin to get a pin. Cuerno stops him. Phoenix comes in to stop Cuerno from tapping out Jack Evans. This is basically a final three situation here. As Jack Evans does his big kicks and knocks Cuerno out of the ring. Jack Evans and Phoenix get a cool back and forth of some fun wrestling maneuvers. Phoenix gets put in the tarantula, which is a submission move where you basically, I don't know why it's called a tarantula. I guess because the way the limbs move around, it kind of looks like a spider. But
maybe
a little bit. I don't know. You're basically like hanging out on someone's back, and you've got their arms and legs in weird places.
Yeah, fair enough.
I can say it. But Phoenix gets out of it, hits the fire driver, and Phoenix wins the match. Phoenix is the gift of the gods.
Rising from the ashes comes the Phoenix. Caw, baby. Yeah, that was sick to see. I really like the fact that Phoenix got this kind of rise from the ashes arc with this. It feels very right to have him.
From the first medallion holder to killed off, so we don't know if you're going to even be here.
Yeah.
To winning it again, to now winning the belt.
Oh man, it feels so good. Feels so fucking good to have him come all this way and get that belt, and I'm sure he's going to have a very successful title shot after all of the okay, maybe it doesn't feel so good after all.
And then we move on to the fourth match of the evening, Tejano versus Blue Demon Jr.
Yes, the bathroom break match, if you will.
Oh, it was definitely a bathroom break match. And then Blue Demon Jr. comes out with the crew who are the crew are still wearing their do-rag color in blue, but they're also wearing full suits.
They're wearing full suits, which feels wrong. But they clean up nice, I guess. Mr. Cisco, they're both wearing blue ties because Blue Demon, and Mr. Cisco's also got a bandana that matches his blue tie. Very cute throuple. They're all looking matchy. You'll love to see it. I hope they had fun walking the blue carpet.
But anyway, they have a note though for Melissa Santos as due to
they have the fucking. They basically have the Ron Swanson "I can do whatever I want" permit.
Pretty much, because Melissa reads the note and it says, due to his legend status, Dario Cueto has accepted Blue Demon Jr.'s request to have the match be no disqualification.
Yeah, pretty much. And as soon as they announce that, the crew, of course, immediately start beating up on Tejano.
Well, no, they do let it be a real match for a couple of minutes, and then Tejano hits
So as I
No.
recall, they started immediately assaulting him.
I mean, I didn't care for like the 2.5 minutes of match that happened before
Yeah, pretty much.
they bumped in, but it was they wrestled for realsies for a second, and then Tejano hit a power bomb, tried to pin Blue Demon, and then the crew's like, all right, enough of this, we're done. They break up the pin.
We have decided it's time for this match to end.
The crew
decision.
Yeah, the crew grab Tejano and they line him up so that Blue Demon can hit him with the kendo stick. And then here comes Chavo Guerrero with a chair. And Chavo is like, hey, let Tejano go. And if it was anyone else, I could almost not see this twist coming. As
most obvious.
They let him go, and Chavo threatens to hit Demon with the chair, just like he did all the way back in episode 2. And Waka Waka, he hits Tejano instead. And
he hits Tejano, and then he kind of winds up like he's gonna hit Blue Demon, and then he like turns the chair toward Blue Demon, and he bows to him and holds it out to take. Look, the probably the earliest thread that we started following for Lucha Underground on this show, and it ended up in the fucking dumbest match that I cared about the least, with a character who just deeply annoys me.
Yeah. So Chavo, Demon uses the chair to get the win, and they are hyping up on commentary that two legendary old families of Mexico are aligning. An unholy alliance. They may control all of Mexico.
Yeah, and then also the third family that is represented here. Fuck you, we don't need you.
Which is, of course, the perfect moment to now do the Lucha Underground Season 1 in Memoriam segment.
Really? We're not waiting until the end. All right, cool.
Because now we have seen all the remaining wrestlers will be here next season. So we're just gonna go ahead and do this now. So when
wait, we gotta have a very somber mood here. Give me.
You work on that while I pull up the spreadsheet.
Yeah, let's get. Hey, folks. Can we get some DSC rays going?
Dearly beloved. We are gathered here to say our goodbyes to those in Lucha Underground who are no longer with us because of contract disputes, really.
the most tragic type of death. All right, I got my black. I got the emergency bow tie. Let's
I see. Okay.
In the morning.
The following wrestlers will never be seen again. They have made according to Wikipedia, they will not have any more matches on Lucha Underground. Blue Demon Jr.
Sweet.
That's why I did this now.
Just stop the bat.
Yeah. Big Rick.
Oh no! I really liked him. No.
Yeah. El Mariachi Loco.
Oh, that one is a fucking shame. El Mariachi Loco is awesome, and I think he deserves a massive title push. Actually,
absolutely. Superfly.
Fucking good. Get him out of here. I hate him. Hate that guy. Get him out of here.
Conan. We already knew.
Okay. Yeah, we did know about that one, to be fair.
Bale, which we also knew.
Yeah, that one did get permadeaded.
Alberto El Patron.
Thank God. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. We already knew about that one too, but it feels good to say every time.
Yeah. Delavar Davari.
Oh shit. Well, if out goes Big Rick, so too must his former boss. Yes. So I guess Big Rick was fired, and so was Davari. Walkity walk.
And Melina debuted tonight, never to be seen again.
Melina, 2014 to 2014.
Yep. that is everyone for season 1. Everyone else we have seen so far in this show will make future appearances in the next 3 seasons.
But now I see, and thank God I didn't like most of these people.
Yeah, I mean, I guess is there anyone? What do you have any parting thoughts on these wrestlers that you wish to say?
Man, I really wish I could have seen that whole eye patch thing resolved.
I do too. I wanted to see him get a new eye somehow. I mean,
oh my God. I want to see a version of this where Big Rick got like fucking cybernetic implants. They had him walking around with like a goofy ass robot eye.
That would be sick. But yeah, everything about what they were saying with this Chavo, the Guerrero Demon Family Alliance was funny as fuck, knowing that Blue Demon Jr. will never be on Lucha Underground again.
You know, I was really hoping you would also say Tejano and or Chavo would not be returning either, but I guess we can't have everything that we ever want.
Yeah, it was very funny in retrospect.
That is extremely funny. Thank God this manufactured fucking feud annoyed me.
Yep. So 2 of the major plot threads from the matches tonight will no longer exist. Though, to be fair, and I will not give any further details, is that Johnny Moon, the role of Molina in Johnny as a character, will be fulfilled by somebody going forward.
Interesting. Okay, I look forward to seeing who that may be.
Yes, but Blue Demon and Chavo, yeah, man, nope. We're just gonna forget that ever happened.
Yeah, just chuck it out the window. All right, get the fucking black tie off of me.
Yeah,
we're done being soft.
In future seasons, I'll have a lot more of that to say for that. Season 3 in particular will be a bloodbath. I can
really
assure you of that.
Based on everything you told me about season 4, I'm not surprised.
But that is a tradition I think we'll be keeping going forward at the end of every season of Lucha Underground.
Once every 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, Big Rick is actually given a canon death that I will talk more about next time, because it is in the comic book adaptation.
There's a comic book?
It is in the Lucha Underground comic book supplemental material. So I will be reading that for prep next time we're here, and I will talk more about that then. Everyone else just kind of disappears and presumed dead.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Well, all right, cool. Ripping pieces, I guess.
All right. We get back to the show.
Yeah.
Backstage, we see Prince Puma and Mil Muertes getting ready, and they're walking to the ring because it's time for the main event.
Now Mark Henry is writing us a cease and desist. Anyway.
So, Mil Muertes versus Prince Puma for the Lucha Underground Championship, and per orders of Dario Cueto, there must be a winner.
Absolutely. So no disqualifications, no time limits, no nothing. Someone gets decided at the end of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you.
So the match is really good in my mind.
Absolutely. Mil, of course, comes out in his drippiest drip. Katrina's here in her finest fetish outfit.
Done.
Puma head. They've all dripped out for the for the occasion, of course, as you do. I say, as I take off my pinstripe suit coat, whatever.
Yeah. So a lot of back and forth in and out of the ring to start this match.
Mm-hmm.
Wild spot in the early part of the match as Prince Puma grabs Katrina.
Yup.
And you would know dance better than me to be able to describe what he does here.
Oh God. Okay. Because it gave me. I've
been in musicals watching that exact choreography before, but I don't know the
I've done that move in swing dancing. It is a because I think I'm remembering it right. He does this thing where, as far as I remember, he kind of grabs her and like picks her up, swings her around so that I think kind of like her legs kick into Mill.
Her legs wrap around Puma's body and kick Mill.
Yeah, it's kind of like the swing dance move I've done. It's a like mini aerial move. You you do this thing. Your partner kind of jumps up and you take them kind of around your body, and you can kind of hold them behind you or whip them around in the air.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we got that 20s music going in Puma's.
Yeah. So he uses Katrina as a weapon to attack.
That was great.
And as someone in the crowd yelled, that's why he's the champion.
Fucking true. I love it.
However, Mill did not find that particularly amusing or painful.
Yeah, Mill took that one personally.
As he proceeded to then chuck Prince Puma into the wooden chairs.
Oh yeah. They are trying to just pull out every trick in the book against each other. And for Mill, that's a lot of just picking up Puma and just fucking throwing him into things.
Yeah, this is a lot of this. This is the ultimate Puma playing the underdog to a much bigger, much stronger guy.
Yeah, you see, Mil Muertes is, of course, using the highly respected, traditional, ancient Aztec technique of yeet.
Yep.
Absolutely.
What if I just punched him really hard?
And threw him around a bunch, too.
So Puma sets up a table on the outside. I said, oh, dear. This will be the end.
First law.
And is it during this sequence as they are fighting? I hear someone in the crowd yell, "Fight! God damn it!"
What do you think they've been doing?
Yes, okay. Son.
Yeah, fucking entitled asshole. God damn.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
So they're
man.
They brawl around the ring some more. Mill grabs the wooden, like the steps to the ring. He just picks them up, puts them on his side, and then power bombs Puma onto the steps.
Oh my god. I can't. Another spot that got me, I can't remember if this was before or after the steps. I think it might have been after, but because they were still on the outside, and Puma's kind of down, and he does this move where he kind of like starts to run up toward Mill, but then he jumps toward the ring, fucking like
that is before he did that. I wasn't. Yeah, he like does like parkour springboards off of the apron.
Yeah, clearly he's been training a little bit with Johnny Mundo on the side. God damn,
that was cool as shit.
He's got the parkour going, baby.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Puma does a dive and Mill hits him with a chair midair.
Oh,
and I'm bringing this up because Schiavello says he's out. Puma's out of here. He's astral traveling.
Fucking my man just watched Doctor Strange over the weekend. Actually,
this is actually pre-Doctor Strange.
I wouldn't. I figured. He got an early screen. Yeah, I don't know.
He actually watched the 70s Doctor Strange.
Yes. Which I'm sure had just as stark a presentation of the concept of astral traveling.
Of course. Mill kind of taking control of the match here. Mill sets up a chair in the corner. His mistake.
Absolutely.
Puma makes his big comeback sequence, and he sends Mill into the very chair that he set up in the corner.
The first law once again. They're both learning tonight, Austin.
And Schiavello with another great line is open the fridge because Mill might be out cold.
I think it was at this point. I think it was a little afterward. Puma kind of gets Mill to the center, and he does what I can only describe as a GTS, as a go to sleep. He's got Mill up on his shoulders and he kind of like flips him over. But instead of doing like the rising knee to hit Mill in the face, he like does a fucking he flips Mill over.
Oh, he does a Pele
and does like a jumping kick.
What
the fuck? That was a sick spot.
It was.
But of course, Mill survived this because Katrina is holding up that rock as high as she can, and according to the random bits of lore that we've set up throughout this season. When the rock is held high, then your chances of pinning him are nigh. And I do have to feel bad, like, on one hand for Katrina, because, like, she just keeps holding up this rock for this whole thing, and kind of like I said last time, I really do think this poor woman's arm was probably getting tired by the end of this all. But on the other hand, I feel less bad, because it's definitely some, like, bullshit interference shenanigans, but there's kind of allowed to get away with it for reasons.
Hey, it's a magical exemption.
Can you get exceptions for magic, Austin?
If you pay the owner enough money, you can.
So that would explain why Katrina's allowed to let Mil use the zombie powers, but Drago is not allowed to transmogrify into a dragon in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
Because somebody involved in the production didn't have enough money to make that happen. Wink, wink, wink,
wink, wink. Of course, you know Katrina as a ghost, as a ghost lady,
a very kinky ghost lady,
has had a lot of time to like build an investment portfolio, and therefore has plenty of money to pay off Dario.
Dude, when you're an ethereal spirit, stonks become just like that is like the pastime of the afterlife, okay? Because like, what the fuck else are you gonna do as a ghost? Go to Disney World? I don't think they let ghosts into Disney World.
No, and like you're gonna what? Are you gonna go to Disney World and go to the haunted mansion where they make fun of your kind?
Oh my god, yeah. That to a ghost. The entire haunted mansion just reads as like one giant racial.
This is an offensive stereotype of ghosts.
This is
in the
fucking,
haunted mansion.
What do you people think you're doing with all this ghost face on display? Jesus Christ!
Yeah, they don't have any real ghosts working at the haunted mansion. I'll tell you that.
Where the fuck is my again? Issues of diversity and inclusion as related to Lucha Underground. We're learning so much.
We are.
And those are the only instances of diversity and inclusion in Lucha Underground. Dragons and ghosts. Nothing else. no, there are refreshing issues there. Anyway, but yeah.
At this point, at one point, Mil is hitting some big suplexes on Puma.
Oh
excuse me. No, this is the other way around. Puma is doing like these like crazy suplexes on Mil, where he's basically just like forcibly lifting up Mil's whole body weight.
Oh my god, that was
looks sick as hell.
I gotta give it to Puma. My man is strong. He's been training like a motherfucker.
And you could tell that this aired and filmed in 2015 because Suplex City chants break out.
Suplex City is what?
This is when Brock Lesnar was getting over that very phrase in the WWE, but coming off of in his WrestleMania match with Roman Reigns in 2015. Their very first one, and surely their last.
Yes. A match that I've definitely not heard so much about over the many years.
As he was throwing Roman Reigns around, he at one point yells out during the match, "Yeah, it's Suplex City, bitch!" And everybody latched onto that one.
Of course they did. It's so fucking stupid. It just might work and get over.
Yep. So the crowd chanting Suplex City, I'm like, yep, it's 2015.
2015, all right.
So, however, they fight on the apron. Puma is just barely not falling onto this table.
Oh yeah.
However,
Mil's like, we can fix that.
I can fix that. Mil spears Puma through the ropes onto the table on the outside, and they land so where like the table only like half breaks.
Not even that, they just like kind of clip the corner of the table.
Yeah. And Mil Muertes says, "I can fix that too."
Yeah, Mil's like, Mil's just like, let me just even that out a little bit.
Yeah.
Grabs Puma, picks him up, and just boom, chucks him all the way down into the table. That whole fucking thing shatters below him.
And
Holy
then
shit.
and Mil Muertes then rolls Puma in for the pin, but Puma kicks out.
Kicks out. Resilient motherfucker.
And at this point, I've reminded myself to do a Taylor Swift joke here. Because on commentary, they are now talking about, like, what would Conan be saying right now to Puma to help him through this situation?
Awesome, I swear to God. Awesome, I swear to God.
And here's what Conan would have told him.
Austin.
He would have said, "You're on your own, kid. You always have been."
Oh, okay. I that's not where I thought you were going with it. I
want to know where you thought I was going to take this.
I see. This is mostly because, like, this is the one meme from the new Taylor Swift album that I know, because unlike you, I am not a Swiftie. I am also a noob when it comes to Taylor Swift, if you will. I thought it was going to be an "I'm the problem, it's me" joke.
Conan would never say that.
Well, no, but it would be true.
Correct, of course.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah. So Puma kicks out, and it's time for him to try some more spots because, as Austin has so aptly pointed out, the name of the game tonight is Fuckity Doo Spot Fest Arena.
No!
I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget it this time.
But after the table bump pin, I wrote this one of Striker's lines that I didn't totally hate. Mil Muertes crawling like maggots in the grave.
Wait, he actually made a potent analogy? What? That was actually kind of poetic. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Striker!
So Mil sets up for another spear. Puma jumps over it.
That was so sick. He's like charging like a bull, and Puma's like, whoop, right over.
Nah, and then Puma does the very legit strategy of, if I kick him in the head enough times, he will fall over.
It works for me.
And then how he does this, he hits the 630 on Mil, stares down Katrina as he's doing it, as if daring her to do something about this.
And Striker's over here on commentary, directly lampshading how Mil's like, he's in the perfect position for a 630. And it's like, yes, thank you for making us think about how convenient that is, that should just get set up sometimes.
So
and
Puma
then
hits the 630.
And then Striker's like, he's gonna end it with the very move he used to win the belt in the first place. And it's like, yes, Striker, that is how finishing moves work.
Right.
Yes.
Right. But 1, 2, Mil throws Puma off of him.
He did the deal. No one kicks out of the Falcon. I mean, no one kicks out of the 630.
So Puma's like, what the fuck? This is new to ground. I guess I'll just do the 630 again.
I think it's so good. I think I'll try it a second time.
But he misses this one. And then Mil Muertes spears him out of his shoes, as he always does.
Absolutely.
And then the stone is held high. Mil Muertes has got Puma for the flatliner. 1, 2, kick out.
He did the deal. No one ever kicks out of the the flat line.
No one has ever kicked out of the flatliner.
It's really funny because ever since you taught me that meme during the AEW women's arc, I keep memeing on it, and I will just say he did the deal and no one ever kicks out of the yada. I will just say that for random shit like that is stuck in my head. So I was so happy I could actually use it as a line in this show. And then after I wrote down both of those notes, fucking Striker and Chiavello were literally both like, yeah, no one ever kicks out of the flatliner. I don't think anyone's ever kicked out of the 630.
Yeah.
They literally did the meme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the match does reach its end. They go up. They're fighting on the top rope. Mm-hmm. Puma headbutts Mil to knock him off, but then Mil jumps back up and he grabs Puma for a top rope flatliner.
Takes him for a ride.
1, 2, 3, and as Striker puts it, the age of death begins here in Lucha Underground.
Yeah, baby. Katrina enters the ring and gives Mil.
She gets licking.
Oh, she gets a licking, and of course she and Mil exchange the we fucking tonight eyes.
Yep.
And
Smoke enters the arena as the disciples of death come, and we get a big
yes,
old
our
pose.
three favorite boys, El Barrio Negro, Sinesto de la Muerte, and Mr. Biscuits.
Yep, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And they all come out. They got all four men with the belts. Darkness has fallen
Across the land.
In the temple.
The midnight hour is close at hand.
Of course. And then backstage, Black Lotus is packing up all the shit in Dario's office. Dario is watching this all unfold and is like, dark times are ahead.
He is very scared. This is like the most like out of control we've ever seen Dario, and it's insane to look at.
Mm-hmm. Dario, they run out with all their money and shit. But Dario almost forgets his beloved Red Bull statue. We're gonna learn the history of that bull statue next.
I think the history is obvious. Dario, of course, loves his fucking energy drinks.
Oh, you're right.
Absolutely.
But the bull the bull will have much more significance next year.
Yeah, they kept featuring that shit heavily, and I was like, huh, why?
It's a setup. We're planning. This is planning. We're gonna pay off to something. I tell you, we will.
Hey, I believe it. You didn't list the fucking bull amongst the death toll, nor did you list Dario. So I'm assuming that shit's gonna come into play later.
So
man just like low key abandoning his show.
Yeah, he's leaving. We got to get out of here.
Don't know why still, but okay. I want to know like fucking I'm excited to find out more about this like treaty and this war, because like the El Dragon Azteca, like the death of Dragon Azteca had exactly 0 witnesses who weren't already in on it. Like it was Dario, who ain't gonna say nothing, Black Lotus, who definitely ain't gonna say nothing, and Matanza, who I'm not even entirely convinced can speak. So,
well, you know, I'd hold off on that before.
Well, okay, I wouldn't be surprised if Matanza ended up speaking.
No, not that part. About the idea about like nobody knows as to what happened with Azteca.
Well, okay, but no one was there to see, so I want to know like how someone else finds out and how Dario knows that like immediately people know, because like. What is there like a fucking alarm? Is his heart hooked up to an alarm system that once it stops beating just sends a signal out that goes beep beep beep, and like a bunch of people are like, oh shit, guess it's wartime now.
I mean, he is still, I guess, in charge of a gang. So if he doesn't check in with them pretty soon, you know.
I guess.
But Lotus and Dario get up in their car. They drive off, and we get. They put Matanza in a trailer.
Yeah, Matanza gets his own like fucking cage trailer. Holy shit!
And there's a big hole in it though, and we get to see the full leather mask.
Well, not the full leather mask. We see like his eyes, you know, and his area.
Yeah, his eyes and a lot of his face. Yeah, the leather mask of Matanza Cueto.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, that's nifty. And then we cut to like Phoenix getting in this like fucking super fancy sports car with a Phoenix decal on the hood, and it's like, huh, that's neat. Guess Phoenix is like fucking drip. And why are we following him? I don't know, but like
because we're now starting a bit where like everybody.
I know. I'm giving kind of my thought process of like.
Okay.
Oh, we're looking at Phoenix now. Okay, that's weird. Phoenix gets in his car and drives off, and then a mysterious figure in another car starts to follow him.
I thought that was Tejano.
I thought it was Tejano because he has a cowboy hat, but like,
yeah,
dude's face is in shadows, so like, okay, but like, why? What beef does Tejano have with Phoenix, if anything?
And then we cut to there's a swinging light bulb.
Oh my god!
And Marty is here, and he's like, "You think I'm a joke?" And he is talking to a tied up sexy star.
Okay, so
we are in a kidnapping plot now, folks.
Marty is over here going full full Joker. Like he's literally having like his Joker origin story here. Sexy Star is like not tied up is too light of verbiage. She is fucking cocooned in rope from the shoulder down.
If he wanted to, they could tie her up to the train tracks real nice.
Oh my god. Like from her shoulders down to like the soles of her feet, she is covered in rope. It's insane.
But
he
says, you think I'm a joke. You won't be laughing when you meet my sister. And then he like starts maniacally laughing, and she starts crying for help, and they mix into each other as the scene fades.
You know,
and, yep, we are in a kidnapping plot now.
You know, Austin, when you told me how much you loved Marty the Moth and how you were convinced I would become a convert to him just as I was to Havoc, I was fully expecting like Marty to just kind of like become an endearing goofball.
Did I give that impression? I'm sorry.
Fuck you.
No. Marty, I love Marty because he is a sick freak.
So, yeah, okay. Answer me one thing. Please don't tell me they do like Psycho with Marty. Like, don't tell me his sister is just him in drag. Please.
No.
Okay.
There is a sister.
There is a sister. Okay, good. That all right. I'm slightly less trepidatious, but yeah. So I guess Marty's a serial killer or something. Whoops. Yeah. No.
And now we cut to a fun old little skitty here where the Son of Havoc comes out, and he goes on Helico, who's on a motorcycle. He's like, "See you out on the open road."
We're gonna get those titles back.
On Helico drives off, and then he walks over to Evilise, who apparently they were sharing the bike on the way in. Yep. And he's like, "Hey, baby, one more ride?" And she's like, "Just get on."
Well, she has kind of like the smile. Like, oh, they're dating again. That's cute. That's nice. They got back together. I'm so happy for them.
And then Aerostar and Drago do like the Predator bro handshake.
Like, brother, it's been a pleasure. Well, Drago in his insanely pitch shifted voice. I will see you again one day.
Until we meet again. And Drago flies off, and they shoot off a fireball or something.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Drago goes off, transmogrifies into a dragon off screen because of course, and fireball and dragon.
And then Aerostar walks out, and he like blasts off like he's Astro Boy or Buzz Lightyear or something. And they like off screen that one, and they just shoot some sparks. Rocket boosters.
And at this point in Lucha Underground, I don't know why I'm surprised, but that being said, like, when they said Aerostar was from the stars, I really, really thought that at least for this one, they were being hyperbolic and giving it flavor text. Nope. Guess he's just an alien.
Flavor text doesn't exist on this show. Everything is legit.
If they say it, it's just like the internet. If they say it, it must be true.
Would someone really do that? Go on Lucha Underground and lie?
No, son. Yeah, so I guess Aerostar's an alien.
Oh, it's a lot more complicated than that, and you'll see.
Christ.
Aerostar is going to become a very important figure in time.
Are you kidding me? We're going to get a whole fucking lore. This show was settling nicely into its like wrestling, but adds some like fantasy elements to it niche. And now we also have sci-fi thrown in there too. Why not?
Sure.
God.
And then we cut to an undetermined room
somewhere
where Pentagon is like, where are we going now, Master? And Vampiro's response, somewhere that's darker.
A much darker place. Yeah.
And then
somewhere more oscuro, you might say.
and then a young man in a hoodie and wearing a Dragon Azteca mask, he spray paints a big old question mark on the Lucha Underground billboard.
The Riddler? Gaga!
Ah,
I didn't know they got the rights to him.
shit. What is this, a crossover episode?
Riddle me this, Dario.
Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid? Oh man, how does the rest of this rhythm go?
The dragon as tat. I don't know.
No, because what's the big bad? How's the
Who's
big
afraid
bad?
of the big bad bat?
Who's afraid of the big bad cat? Who's a puma?
Dario's like, I don't know. Am I supposed to be afraid of Prince Puma? Yes.
Okay. And then we get a stylistic shot of like Dario is in the temple staring down the camera. I don't think this is supposed to represent anything actually happening.
I don't know. Yeah, no,
but
it's
like we get it
shot.
Yeah, as like the lights slowly fade out behind him.
And it looks like Dario's like moving forward through the hall of this random place without walking. It's a dope shot, and then like the lights cloud drenched in red, and
you see his evil smile. And it cuts to be continued.
Wow, that was a lot. God damn.
It was. So we are now done with Lucha Underground Season 1.
That's so wild. I can't. Wow. This is like a milestone, dude. God damn.
It is. And fantastic show. Been so much fun reliving this. And I can't wait till next time because Season 2 was when I was closest following the show as it was airing.
Ooh.
So Season 2 is a shorter season. This was airing. I have a lot of fond memories of this period of time, and cannot wait to relive it.
That's so sick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, yeah, I'm excited. That Lucha Underground, as I've said a million times, is just flatly one of my favorite things that we have watched and continue to watch for this show. I look forward to it every time. It is consistently so very good, so well done, so well written, so well produced, so well performed and worked. Everything about this show, even if I have a ton of like random goofy things that I riff on, it's just incredible. I love that it exists. I love that we get to follow this thing all the way through. And goddamn, if this episode is any indication, Season 2 is about to be even more fucking insane than Season 1 was. Mm-hmm. Goddamn, we're moving at a breakneck pace here, friends. Yep. Strap in.
Yeah, jeez. We are finishing this show to the end. Eventually, of course. Next time on this podcast, though, we return to 2005. It is time for one last episode of SmackDown before SummerSlam, as Eddie Guerrero has demanded that Dominic be given over to him for custody. He won a dubious court battle for that.
Quite
right?
Dubious.
Very sketchy. David's partner is a lawyer. I trust her take on it.
Yeah, tune in next time where I give you the everything I can squeeze out of her as not legal advice.
Yep. However, so next time we will be following up on the Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio custody battle.
Absolutely.
Until then, David, hit our plugs.
Yes, sir. Dear friends, thank you all so much for joining us for yet another episode of the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast. We are so happy to have you here. Returning people. Hey, how's it going? We appreciate, as always, you welcoming us back into your eardrums, your eyeballs, whatever you use to consume our content. Hopefully not your mouths, but, thank you for being here. Hey, new people, how's it going? thank you so much as well for being here. We here at the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast like to think we are friendly to both noobs and knockouts alike. So whether you are brand new to the wild, wacky world of wrestling or you're a veteran of all this weird bullshit, either way, we hope you've had a great time here. We hope you feel welcome here. We hope you want to keep coming back to have a great time with us week after week after week. If you'd like to do so and you're not entirely sure how, well, not to worry, my friends, I have you covered. First of all, you can find us on YouTube. We are the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast on YouTube. Hit subscribe, ring that bell, make sure it turns a nice little solid color so you get notifications every single time we drop a brand new episode. Give us that sweet, sweet engagement. Check out all of our playlists that Austin has been kind enough to organize into all the arcs that we follow so you can follow something all the way down without having to skip around a whole bunch. You can see our beautiful faces on our video display. It's a great time. Check us out on the YouTubes. But of course, if you are a fan of the audio-only experience, we have you covered over there as well, because you can find the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast in 3 of the best places to find your podcast, which of course are Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. Come give us a listen there. Download us. Give us a nice little 5-star rating if you're so inclined. Maybe even drop a little review. Anything to help you enjoy our show and maybe boost our metrics a little bit. Tell some other people and tell the algorithm that, hey, we're pretty cool. Maybe more people should listen to us. I don't know. It's a thought. I'm just saying. All right. On top of that, of course, you can get in contact with us as well. We got some social media friends. Of course, as always, you can find us on the Twitter. We are at Noobs and Knoxpod on Twitter. That's at Noobs, the letter N, Knoxpod on Twitter. Come check us out there. It's a great time. Memes, discourse. We post every single time we drop a brand new episode, so you guys know what the hell's going on. Highlight of the Twitter is weekly wrestling live tweeting. Austin's been on a bit of a hiatus from Leaky Watching for a little bit. I take over when I can, dropping in every Wednesday or as many Wednesdays as I can. On, of course, AEW Dynamite at 8 p.m. on TBS every single Wednesday. Drop it in there. And if I've either missed Wednesday or if I just, am watching it and I feel like putting in my 2 cents, I will also sometimes drop in on AEW Rampage at 10 p.m. on TNT every Friday. It's a good time. On top of that, Austin, of course, likes to cover every single one of the major companies' pay-per-views as part of the Twitter live tweeting. So, my friend, what is on the docket coming up?
Yeah, so we're in a period of time without a whole lot of pay-per-views to look forward to, at least not in the near future. As for WWE, this is a bit of a weird one right now. Is right now the next pay-per-view they have listed is Day 1, set to take place on January 1st. Except it was reported in October that would have been that they were going to cancel that show. But that hasn't been confirmed by WWE yet. Oh. So the next show might end up being the Royal Rumble, or maybe they're going to try to do something in December. I don't know. There's a lot up in the air. But by the time this airs, Survivor Series, by the time this drops, Survivor Series will have already happened. So as for upcoming pay-per-views, keep an eye on that, because I'm not really sure what show's coming next for the WWE, actually.
Interesting.
For Impact Wrestling, we have Hard to Kill on January 13th. There's only one match, and God, please let this match go. There's only one way this match could go, please. As we currently have Josh Alexander, who is basically one of the best wrestlers on the planet, doing a fantastic job as Impact's champion. He is being challenged by Bully Ray.
Oh no.
For that's Bubba Ray Dudley, for those of you who are not familiar with his non-WWE name. Mm-hmm. He is the shit in 2023. And it's like in there he's competing for the world title. Fantastic. That's on January 13th though, so better matches will pop up.
You'll love to see it.
And for AEW, their next pay-per-view is March 5th, Revolution.
Oh. Nothing on that one yet. I just know it's going to be
obviously. It's like 3 months away.
Yep. Going to be in San Fran, though. Good time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Yeah, that's what we got coming up. Yeah, be sure to check out the Twitter, guys. It's a great time over there. If you, maybe billionaires shouldn't be able to just fuck around and destroy major media companies. True. I love the little messages you put here at the bottom, buddy. It's so great.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, if you like listening to us ramble about wrestling, come check us out over on the Twitter. Give us some likes. We put out some fire fucking tweets, guys, and not enough people like it. It's a true nothing in this world is more tragic than how deeply underrated our Twitter is. That's
Nothing.
nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
No greater travesties in this world. Actually, that's the truth. But yeah, check us out on the Twitter. It's a great time. If you like the show, you'll have fun over there at Noobs and Knockouts Pod on the Twitter. But of course, if you want to get in super direct contact with us, we have you covered there as well. We got an email address, folks. You can email us at noobs and knockoutspod@gmail.com. That's noobs and the word and knockoutspod@gmail.com. Come say hi to us there. Tell us what you think about the show. Give us suggestions, requests for any kind of wrestling arcs, companies, adjacent media you want us to cover for the show. We'd be more than happy to check it out. Come start some discourse with us. Tell us how based and red pilled our opinions are, how much you think we're fucking idiots. I don't care. Either way, just whatever it is, come say hi. We love people saying hi. We would love to say hi back. Noobs and knockoutspod@gmail.com. And finally, of course, we like money. You can, and if you also would like us to have money, you can give us money. Good news, over on our Patreon. You can subscribe to the Noobs and Knockouts podcast on Patreon. The link is in our Twitter. $1 a month. That's just a single bone, folks. One bone a month gets you early access to episodes and a shout out at the end of each episode. Shout out, of course, to our friend of the show, the Sugar Daddy, Kyle Smith, for his support of our show. Thanks so much, buddy. We love you. We hope you love your perks. If you want to enjoy some of these perks along with our boy Kyle, come check us out and drop us a bone on Noobs and Knockouts Podcast on Patreon. Once again, link in the Twitter.
See y'all next time.
Hasta luego.